Hey everybody, Josh RV Nerd here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. And if you've been tuning in lately, you've been seeing a lot of these various update videos. And today's something along those lines, but a little different. A lot of what I share is often sales related. I'm not in sales directly myself. I guess you'd call my position marketing. I kind of work with sales, but not in sales. So a lot of my thought process tends to be slanted that way. Thing is, sales often gets the glory, but service is the guts of this business. So, while you see me walking around all the time talking about how this new one's great and these used ones are fantastic, frankly, this whole part of the thing, I don't even know if it represents half of the pie around here at Haylett RV. So instead today I want to focus on the good people back here in the Haylett RV Parts and Service Department because frankly, it doesn't matter what I say on camera. It doesn't matter what we say we can do in our sales department. Without these hardworking folks, nothing we do would matter. And while the sales department might be the one who earns your business the first time, it is truly, we feel, the service department who earns your business every single day after that. And folks, believe me, I know we're tired of hearing about how quarantine affected the RV industry. I'm tired of hearing about it. I live it every single day. Trust me, when I say that, we're all tired of hearing about it. But it's really what's caused things like what you're seeing behind us, or if you watch the background, you're going to see a lot of open space on a lot of our shelves. And we've done the best we could to keep things filled up. But even our parts department, the shelves are even kind of looking like the toilet paper aisle during quarantine in a lot of cases. It just depends on the widget, but there's just no replacement for some things. There's a lot of suppliers who make hundreds of different items, who have had to stop production of some things to fulfill higher demand parts in other areas. It's a constant thing. Now, one of the biggest challenges that we're facing back here in the service department at Haylett RV, and frankly, I think any dealership anywhere in the nation, Canada, I don't care wherever you are, if you're a dealership, you're facing this, and that is those quarantine months that we lost. There were a lot of service customers scheduled during that time who, unfortunately, their service needs just had to be pushed off. It was a lot of folks, I've heard somebody say, well, my camper's been there since March. I understand. It was also illegal for us to be here in March. We couldn't just be here to check things out. We couldn't come in and inspect RVs. It was illegal to be here. And unfortunately, about the time that all let up, was the time that the sales in the summer just exploded. And we always have time divided between sales and service on our service schedule. But meaning when we sell something, the service department has to take care of it, not to mention the service work that always comes through. And what happens a lot of times is the time that isn't occupied in getting a sold trailer ready to leave, we can do extra service work. Well, that just wasn't available really this year. And it's meant that service lead times across the nation, not just here at Haylett RV, have unfortunately been extended. And then parts availability has been extended. We've had a little bit delayed response sometimes from warranty agents. It is a multi-fold challenge that we're working through that nobody's talking about. And again, if you appreciate the kind of just look straight behind the curtain, it's not like the Wizard of Oz here where nobody sees the wizard, not know one, not know how. We're happy to show you the wizard. We'll walk in, we'll shake hands. But we're just trying to give you an idea of what's really going on so that you can establish fair and reasonable expectations for your RV experience. So I'm trying to stay back a little bit to stay out of the way because I know that I've got this overpowering voice that just, takes over a conversation sometimes. But I just want you to see a couple of our people working back here. At the time of this filming, it's Saturday. It's all hands on deck. Everybody's flying. And specifically this guy right here, Mr. Chris Withrow. I want you to just kind of get to know a little bit about Chris. He's our service manager. Chris actually started here as the fella in our wash bay, washing the trailers that everybody takes home. And he's worked his way up to one of the most important positions that we have here at Haylett RV. And one of the toughest, one with some of the hardest responsibility. Every time there's a tough call, Chris is one of the guys involved in it. And he's really one of the big pieces of the puzzle that keeps our family-owned and operated facility running here. Thing is, though, it's often a thankless job. It's a very tough job. I think twice this week, of his own volition, Chris has been here till close to midnight just crushing these keys, trying to get stuff entered, trying to keep caught up, because he says, my team's had a really tough year. They deserve their normal vacation time, their time off, because we don't really consider the quarantine time vacation time. Well, that meant there's still a finite amount of work that has to be done. And, he's still like, I still don't know if I'm going to be able to get through everything, but I'm going to do everything that I can. And we don't require that of Chris. That's just Chris doing Chris things. That he's a good person, and that's why we like having him here. And I want to share this because I want you to realize there's living, breathing human beings here who are all interested in trying to do the best job that they possibly can for you. And it's a tough job. I won't lie. We don't always have the best or easy answers. And I also won't lie that we aren't perfect. And sometimes we do make mistakes. We do try to own up to those. And unfortunately, there are times in the world of social media and reviews and feedback where it doesn't really even have to be factual. People can largely say whatever they want and get away with it. Although there was one dealership that recently won a defamation lawsuit against someone who was just straight slandering and everything about them. And dealership actually called them out on it, which is a really interesting precedent. But enough about that. What I want to get into is just the fact that it's high demand, it's high responsibility, it's high stress, and we do take care of our people here at Haylett RV. But when you're in the moment, sometimes it really can feel like a lot to take on. Before I recorded this, Chris was actually just taking like a little 30-second time out in his office, just had his head in his hands, taking a quick deep breathing exercise, just taking a minute. So just understand, there's real people back here doing really hard work, and it's all for your benefit. It just doesn't always happen quickly and easily, and that's why sometimes we need you to work with us. It's like the old Jerry Maguire, help me help you. Now you can see in the background they were getting a little weirded out about me talking about them back there. So I thought I'd just step out and let them get back to work because they certainly have plenty to do. But in the meantime, hope you appreciate the chance to kind of, even briefly, meet some of our team members and get to meet us here on a little deeper level at Haylett RV. And if you appreciate that, know that we would love the opportunity to assist and serve you and your family. And as always, hit that subscribe button to follow along. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy Haylett camping, everyone.